Hey guys, Jitter here, and today, before I get into this idea was suggested by Iron Moon Darkwing, so shout out to you, buddy. But we are going to be discussing RWBY Volume 2 and 3. Since I've already seen them and the footage got damaged, I don't feel like reacting to them again, so, uh, hopefully by the end of this week I will get Volume 4 out. Well, not out, well, maybe like the first 3 episodes out. But yeah. So let's start this discussion by talking about characters. Okay, so Volume 2 brought in Neptune. Neptune, he's an alright character. Is he a good character? I don't know yet. Well, I do. Well, he's alright. It's not the best character, not the worst character though. He's still better than Sun. I don't like Sun. Like, I've heard he gets better in Volume 4, but from these two volumes, I don't like him. We got to learn more about Penny. She's a robot, which is very interesting and quite sad. I'll get into that later. But yeah. Then we Mercury, Cinder, and Emerald. Cinder. Never mind. Actually, no. Cinder is probably the best of them. Maybe. Okay, but yeah. Mercury, he's all right. He's not the. He's about. He's a like. If I'm gonna rate all these characters in a minute, but Mercury, he's all right character. He has robotic legs, and yeah, he's just a pretty cool character. Who else do we have? We also have Emerald. That's right. Emerald, she's all right. She's better than Mercury. Probably a little bit more character than Mercury, to say. Cinder has the most personality out of them all, and she's a really cool character. Except for one thing, which I'll get to later. We also got Neo. Neo is so cool. Yeah, Neo is just so awesome. We also got to see Oobleck more in action, which was, well, he got to do some action in the final two or three episodes. But yeah, he was an awesome character. Ironwood. Ironwood is an awesome character. Well, no, Ironwood. I don't really. Ironwood's okay. I think that's all the characters for Volume 2. Oh no, we also got the rest of Team Coffee. We got to see more Velvet. Velvet is so cool. Velvet is awesome. We also got Coco. Coco is a real badass. Yatsusushi, I think that's how you say it. His character's alright. Doesn't get many. He doesn't. I don't even think he gets a line in Volume 2. He gets maybe like 2 lines in Volume 3. But I'll get to Volume 3 later in the discussion. Who else do we have? Fox. Fox doesn't get any lines whatsoever. I think that's because he's a mute like Neo. But yeah, Fox is pretty cool. Okay, I'll get to storylines in a little bit. Volume 3 characters we got were Winter, Weiss's older sister. She's a really cool character. I like her. But not as much as the next character I'll get into in a little bit, or maybe I'm trying to look at my list and see. It's a big list, so I'm seeing. Yeah, okay. Next character who is so cool. is so cool. Crow Bronwyn. Oh, he is so cool. Oh, I also forgot we mentioned we got Raven in Volume 2. She didn't really do much in Volume 2, but she was in there. But yeah, Crow is so cool. Crow is such an awesome character. Who else do we get? We got a bunch of people for the Vytal Festival. I don't really remember. I don't even think they had names. If they do, then they either didn't say them or I'm just forgetting them. I'm pretty sure they didn't say them though. Okay. We got to meet the rest of Sun and Neptune's team. I believe we got Scarlet, and it's Sun, Scarlet, someone else who has a S in their name, and Neptune. So, and who else do we have? Okay, yeah, we got to meet Penny's partner. I don't think she's a robot. I think she's an actual human who knows Penny's a robot. So, yeah, she didn't really do anything except for telling Penny to hurry up and stuff. Okay, let's talk about existing characters. RWBY, awesome. RWBY, Weiss, and Blake and Yang's outfits in Volume 2, they are so cool. They only had them for, like, I believe 3 episodes, but they are so cool. I think they're, like, stealth outfits or something like that. But yeah, they were so cool. I wish we got to see more of those outfits, but by the looks of Volume 4 through 6, we're not going to see those outfits again. Especially circumstances. But yeah, those outfits were really cool. We also got to see Junior again, which was awesome. We also got to see the twins. The twins are cool. They only got like one line, which was whatever. So awesome. Yeah, what else? Okay, yeah, RWBY, we got some team names in the whole Taking the Town 3 episode parter. We got team names. We have Bumblebee for Blake and Weiss. Blake and Yang. We also got Ladybug, team name between RWBY and Weiss. No, RWBY and Blake, sorry. We also got Freezerburn, a team name between Yang and Weiss. And we got my favorite one, Iceflower, team name between my 2 favorite characters, RWBY and Weiss. White Rose forever. Yeah, there's some cute White Rose moments in it. And I do ship White Rose, for any of you who are curious. What else do we got? Let's talk about Team Juniper now. Team Juniper, Jean, he's gone through some troubles, especially in Volume 3, season finale of Volume 3, I should say. But yeah, Jean was pretty good. He was like in Volume 1. Nora? Nora is funny as always. In Volume 3, she did a total Thor moment. She got on top of a mountain in the Vytal Festival, and lightning struck her hammer, and then she just went for a full-on Thor pose, which was awesome. Pyrrha. Yeah, Pyrrha's next in the lineup. Pyrrha. Oh, Pyrrha. I'll get to that later. Pyrrha. So beautiful. So young. Why Cinder? Okay, but yeah, Pyrrha and Jean had some cute moments in Volume 3 mainly, but they did some moments they had a moment in Volume 2 as well. The Beacon Ball, that was amazing. I'll get to that in a little bit. Ren, he had some funny moments in it. Mainly one scene in Volume 2, I believe, where he was basically naked and just had a towel covering himself, and then Jean pulled him and didn't even let him get dressed. So that was a great moment. I didn't even talk about Team RWBY, did I? I don't think I did. If I did, I'm gonna hate myself. But I'm pretty sure I talked about Team RWBY. Team Juniper technically had a team name. It was Pomegranate. Didn't really do much, but it was there. It was a team name between Nora and Pyrrha. It was just said. I don't think they actually did the team move because Jean made it up on the spot. Okay, Glinda, she was, she didn't really do much. Except, she did some stuff, but not that much. Volume 2, she was kind of a background character. Same in Volume 3. But, in Volume 3, she actually had some stuff to do, so. Ozpin. He didn't really do anything in Volume 2. Volume 3, he did a lot of stuff, mainly for the season finale. But I think that's pretty much it about characters, as far as I can remember. But storylines. Okay, let's go for the Volume 2 some Volume 2 storylines. Blake was still having trouble about Torchwick and the White Fang, but she got over it by the Beacon Ball. And we also learned about Yang's mom, Raven, not Summer, unfortunately. That Raven abandoned Yang at a very young age and left Tai to raise Yang by himself, and then he married Summer, this is what I think. He married Summer, then RWBY was born, and then Summer died. Unless Summer is somehow alive. I don't think she is, though. If she is, awesome, but very unlikely. But yeah, we also, so in Volume 2 we learned about Crow saving RWBY and Yang. Yang took RWBY on a trip to go find her mother when they were very young. I think RWBY was probably like maybe 3 to 5-ish, anywhere in that gap. And Yang was probably 10 to 12 in that area. And some Grimm attacked them when they were that age, and Crow came to save them, which, thank goodness Crow's there. What else we got? The Beacon Ball was set up a lot, and it was a good episode when we got the actual Beacon Ball. Sun and Blake danced a little bit, which was alright. Then RWBY was wearing a cute dress during that, and she was wearing heels, which he hated. Jean was too blind to see that Pyrrha loved him, but by the Beacon Ball, Jean realized that Pyrrha loved him, and Team Juniper did an awesome dance. I'll put the clip somewhere in this box area, maybe, if I remember to, while editing. But that was just such an epic area. That song was amazing. And it came out of nowhere too, which was amazing. In Volume 2, they tried to push. They really did try to push Neptune and Weiss. I did not like those moments. I was just like, no. RWBY and Weiss, not Neptune and Weiss. But yeah, Neptune and Weiss isn't going anywhere. To be honest. After Volume 3, Neptune and Weiss is not going anywhere. And also, RWBY left the ball early because she saw Cinder trying to break into the communication tower. The communication tower was part of the Breaking the Town storyline. I'll talk about that storyline. Even though that storyline came out first, I want to talk about the beacon ball. Yeah, Cinder broke into the beacon tower and hacked into it, basically. And I think that tower is still hacked into, so... Well, it doesn't matter, knowing what happened in Volume 3. But, hey, if it goes somewhere, which I highly doubt it's going to go anywhere, since what happened to Beacon. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about one character, Adam. God damn you, Adam, I hate you. Damn you, Adam, I hate you so much, Adam. But okay, so, and, yeah, the beacon ball. RWBY almost got Cinder, but didn't. Okay, let's talk about the Breaking the Town storyline. Team RWBY, joined by Sun and Neptune, which I didn't like. I don't like. Sorry, I don't like Sun and Neptune. If you do, good. I'm just not a fan of it. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, Team RWBY joined by Sun and Neptune. They went in their own separate groups to go and investigate stuff. So Team RWBY and Weiss, I was happy about that, and then Penny came in and kind of ruined that. But their Team RWBY and Weiss, their job was to go to the beacon tower and contact the Schnee Dust Company about robberies. And Weiss was able to do that, but RWBY found out Penny was a robot and stuff, and all that stuff. And Ironwood showed off his new robot fleet, that didn't go good. So yeah, and then the next one was Blake and Sun, which they were trying to... No, well, they successfully did it. They broke into a White Fang meeting, and we found out Torchwick, it has some pretty good connections with the White Fang during that time. We also got Team Yang and Neptune. They went to see Junior at the bar as nightclub to get some information out, and they didn't get any real information. But yeah, Ironwood also had a giant mechanized robot at his meeting. It was a hologram, but that didn't turn out so well. I'm guessing Cinder killed a bunch of people to get some of those, because in that Breaking the Town storyline, Torchwick was controlling one of those giant robots. And yeah, And at the end of that storyline, we found out Sun and Neptune, they just got hit off a bridge. They were fine, because at the end of that episode, we found out they were just eating noodles while Team RWBY was doing all the badass stuff. So, yeah. Next is the Season 2 finale. Season 2 finale was where Team RWBY were going to try to investigate more on the whole White Fang situation. And they did-ish. So Team RWBY and Professor Oobleck, Dr. Oobleck, sorry, and Zwei, I forgot to mention Zwei. That is a adorable dog. I think I have a Zwei up here. Zwei, the best little puppy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we got to meet Zwei too. So we found out Zwei and Oobleck work very well together. But yeah, the Season 2 finale is where Team RWBY, Oobleck, and Zwei went to this abandoned city type thing, and it was a search and destroy mission, but Team RWBY was going to try to investigate White Fang stuff. And they did, and then Zwei woke, then Oobleck questioned all of Team RWBY minus RWBY. I've said RWBY so many times in this episode, haven't I? But yeah, he questioned all of Team RWBY to see why they became huntresses, and they basically all lied. Well, they were telling the truth, but not the full truth about why they wanted to become huntresses. And then RWBY was the night guard for an episode, and she fell asleep, and then Yang took over, and then Zwei woke RWBY up and took RWBY outside, and RWBY found some White Fang soldiers, and they followed them, and RWBY fell down a giant sinkhole, and RWBY was captured for about 5 minutes. No, not even 5 minutes, probably 3 minutes. And RWBY and Torchwick had a little run-in. Torchwick tried to beat up RWBY, but RWBY was smart and tried to run away, but then Torchwick used his cane, which is apparently a gun and a grappling hook. And a cane. And grappled RWBY and grabbed her, and yeah. And RWBY didn't have Crescent Rose at that time. And then Oobleck, Weiss, Blake, and Yang, and Zwei went down to go save RWBY, and apparently one of Cinder's plans was to gather a bunch of dust, crystals, and anything dust related, and put it in explosives, and get a train, drive the train through a tunnel that leads from that abandoned city to Vale, and set off a bunch of explosions and bring Grimm to the city. But Team RWBY and Oobleck ruined that plan. It was supposed to happen later, but Team RWBY plus Oobleck made that happen sooner, so that kind of ruined everything for Cinder's plan. Well, it didn't ruin Cinder's plan. It was just unexpected for Cinder's plan. And then what else do we get? And that's where they fought a bunch of Grimm. Team RWBY, Oobleck, Port, Glinda, Juniper, and Coffee fought a bunch of Grimm, and it was just such a cool episode. See all those teams and teachers team up and just fight a bunch of Grimm. And I think that pretty much sums up Volume 2 in a whole. Now, Volume 3 is where we got the Vytal Festival. The Vytal Festival was such a good episode. Series, I should say. The first episode showed Ruby standing above her mom's grave and Summer's grave, and yeah, it was sad, but she made the best out of it. And we saw Ty, Yang and Ruby's father, and he didn't talk at all. He was just in the background and took Ruby back to Beacon to fight in the Vytal Festival. Then Team RWBY were fighting this other team. Team RWBY won, obviously, and the other team got beaten up a ton. It was fun. That was just fun. And yeah, then Team RWBY and Team Juniper went out for lunch, and Blake really loves fish. So much. It makes sense, she's a cat faunus. So, yeah. And we don't really need to talk about any more of the Vytal Festival that much, because I already talked about it a lot during talking about the characters. Oh, but we did get to see Crow versus Winter. That was such an awesome fight. Crow technically won. He didn't knock Winter out, but Winter got in trouble from what was his name? Ironwood, her boss. And so technically Crow won. And Crow has a giant sword that is also a gun. And I think he also had one form, but he didn't show it off in the episode that he fought. It turns out Crow also has a scythe. He has a sword, a gun, and a scythe. It's awesome. Ruby's is more better. Mainly because Crow's is more older and it uses gear. Crescent Rose probably uses gears too, but like the gears on Crow's weapon are like exposed, and if he shot the gears, I'm worried that the weapon's just gonna break down and not be useful. Then, so yeah, the Vytal Festival I don't really need to talk about that much. Except for this one part. Yang accidentally broke Mercury's legs, but they're robotic legs, and Team RWBY was kicked out of the league because Emerald has mind manipulation tricks and stuff. But yeah, and then let's go to the season finale. Okay, the season finale showed one of the final fights were going to be Penny versus Pyrrha. And remember how I said Penny's a robot, and remember how Pyrrha has metal powers? Yeah, Penny is no longer with us. Moment of silence for Penny. Okay, that's enough. And then we also actually got to see a maiden. I believe it was the Fall Maiden. I don't remember her name. But yeah, we got to see the Fall Maiden. And Cinder is now the Fall Maiden because she killed the original Fall Maiden. Apparently, Pyrrha was going to be the next Fall Maiden, but then Cinder killed the original Fall Maiden and took her power. And so yeah. And after that, a bunch of Grimm took over and just went into Vale, destroying a bunch of stuff. And the reason that happened is because the whole Vytal Festival is on live TV, so a bunch of people just saw Penny die. It was horrible. And RWBY was devastated. In my original reaction, I cried. Don't judge me. But and a giant, I don't remember what that grim was called. I think it was a Nevermore. It's the giant bird one. And it attacked the Vital Festival Stadium, and RWBY used Penny's sword to attack it. But it wasn't enough. But thankfully, all the students that were at the Vital Festival called in their weapon lockers and killed it. So, and then we got a really awesome giant team shot of all the students from all the kingdoms, minus Team RWBY. And I don't think Jean and Pyrrha were in that shot. I don't think they were. But then Adam came in with the White Fang and attacked. So yeah, the school and Vale is being basically attacked by the White Fang and the Grim. And also Neo snuck into Ironwood's army, and just Neo took down one of the ships by herself. She took down an army inside of a ship by herself. Neo's terrifying and awesome. So yeah, and then Neo broke out Roman, and Roman and Neo just caused a bunch of problems. So yeah, not only did we have the White Fang and Grim to worry about, I knew robots weren't a good idea. Team bad guys hacked into all the robots, and all the robots were evil. So new robots weren't a good idea. What else do we have? We also got a bunch of students. We had Weiss, Velvet, Sun, I think maybe Neptune, Ren, and Nora, and a couple of other students fighting a giant mech. And yeah, and then RWBY fought Roman and Neo by herself, and Roman died. Not by RWBY, by one of those giant bird things. I'm pretty sure they're called Nevermores, but I'm not sure. Not positive about that, but I think they're Nevermores. And yeah, a Nevermore ate Roman, and then that ship went down. Everyone thought Ironwood died because he was flying a ship with a bunch of robots, and yeah, but he didn't. Apparently, Ironwood is basically a robot. Like half his body, even more of it, more than half of his body is a robot. So yeah, and then let's talk about the last battle. Okay, then Blake was gonna try to go save some more people, and she ran into Adam. And Adam basically kind of really did some damage to her. He stabbed his sword like right through the stomach or something, like right next to the stomach at least. Maybe into a rib. I think it was into a rib at least. And then Yang went to go look for Blake, and it did not go so well. Yang doesn't have an arm anymore. It went. Yeah, Adam just cut it straight off. And thankfully, Blake was able, even while Blake was bleeding out, Blake was able to get Yang and herself out. And then RWBY and Weiss went to go save Pyrrha from Cinder. Pyrrha was going to go fight Cinder on her own. And Pyrrha just shoved Jean into a locker and then sent Jean far away. And Weiss and RWBY were going to go try to save Pyrrha, but it did not turn out well. RWBY was just 1 second away from being there on time. It was literally 1 second. RWBY got to the top and Cinder shot Pyrrha through the heart. And Pyrrha said, well, no, she didn't say anything. Pyrrha was like, I don't feel so good, and then turned to dust. She didn't say anything like that, but she did die. I'm very sad about that. Moment of silence for Pyrrha. Moment of silence over. Okay. I did cry during that scene, so. And RWBY has amazing power. Her silver eyes. I thought that they were awesome, but now I think they're even more awesome because silver eyes is apparently one of the rarest traits in the RWBY universe. And RWBY, the silver eyes can apparently do big damage. There's also a giant dragon Grim thing and RWBY's silver eyes, boom, turned it into stone. It was just amazing. It was just so cool. Yeah. And then, sadly, at the end, Beacon was just destroyed. Veil is destroyed. Not destroyed, just parts of it are destroyed. Then, RWBY left home on her own. Well, not on her own. She left with Jean, and I'm guessing. Oh no, I'm not guessing. I remember they were there. So yeah, RWBY left with Jean, Nora, and Ren. And Ty did speak at the end of Volume 3, but it was in the last episode. So, yeah. And Weiss is going back with her family, and she was super sad. And we also got to see Weiss's father. He seemed very upset. And Weiss was super sad. Blake is on her own again. And Yang is sitting around doing nothing because she's sad. Mainly because her arm is gone. And, yeah. And that's where it ended. Wow. Yeah, Volume 2 and 3 were just wow. Just that one word. Wow. What are my predictions for Volume 4? My predictions for Volume 4 are going to be RWBY, Jean. Oh, by the way, RWBY, Jean, RWBY, Jean, Nora, and Ren are on their way to Mistral. I think it's Mistral. It's one of the other kingdoms. Yeah. And hopefully next season, volume, I should say. I'm gonna hopefully have that uploaded sometime soon. And yeah, that's mainly it. But yeah, other predictions. So RWBY, Jean, I keep on saying Neptune. It's not Neptune. It's Jean, Ren, and Nora and RWBY are heading to Mistral, and hopefully Yang can get used to having no arm, and Blake will... I'm hoping we get to see Blake's parents, maybe, or some sort of family, sister, something. And I hope Weiss can get to see RWBY again. But yeah, that's mainly it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this well, it's not little, it's 40 minutes, this discussion. And if you enjoyed if this is your first video of me, this isn't usually how things are. I usually react to videos over here. I've talked about this in the past, so I'm not gonna repeat myself. But yeah, Twitter in the link in the description, and yeah, that's gonna be it. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.